Have you ever wondered about how rap music was originated? Well, if you read this essay, you will wonder no longer. Rap music is a great way artists can express themselves, similar to poetry. It involves having catchy, cleverly constructed rhymes thrown together as a montage of lyrics, just like poetry, but with mixed up beats from various existing songs. In this paper, I'll talk about 3 important topics of rap. Those topics are where and when rap was originated and who started it, some of the main influential and powerful artists that are the foundation to this genre, and finally, the evolution of rap music itself. In this first paragraph, I'm going to talk about where rap was created, who created it, and when all of this happened. Rap originated around the early 1970s in South Bronx, New York. Some places in Bronx were poverty-stricken in the 70s, and those poverty-stricken places were where rap was defined. Young, streetwise kids with creativity and ingenuity taking beats from existing songs and mixing the beats up with some rhymes, usually about the life in the hood. It was once defined as being hip-hop spilled out of the ghetto. Some of the pioneers of rap were DJ Kool Herc, DJ Hollywood, Grandmaster Flash, the Sugar Hill Gang, and Run DMC. Artists like these basically started rap and influenced other rappers throughout the 70s. Later on, places throughout New York like Queens, Brooklyn, and Harlem would introduce a lot of successful artists like LL Cool J, 50 Cent, Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur, and Run DMC. The evolution of rap and hip-hop didn't really kick into gear until later on in the 70s and 80s. After being an underground genre of music for so many years, rap eventually expanded nationwide. Detroit, Michigan gave us Eminem, and Compton and Long Beach, California gave us artists like Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and Snoop Dogg. The West Coast had adopted rap and reconstructed it with a West Coast style, inspiring hundreds of artists all over the West Side. As the years passed, other places like Louisiana, Kansas, and Los Angeles would give us artists like Lil Wayne, Tech Nine, and Exhibit. Rap music was slowly becoming more and more popular throughout mainstream America. After TV shows like BET's Rap City and MTV's Yo! MTV Raps, and some Hollywood movies, rap had spread like a wildfire throughout America and gained hundreds of thousands of fans. Rap was finally being accepted into society as a genre of music. In these next few paragraphs, I'm going to discuss some of the most influential and powerful artists to ever get behind a mic. One of the most controversial artists ever is Christopher Wallace, also known as Biggie Smalls. Biggie was born on May 21st, 1972 in Brooklyn, New York. Throughout his rap career, he sold millions of records and collaborated with some of hip-hop's biggest names like Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Tupac, the Bone Thugs and Harmony. Sadly, Biggie was killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles on May 9th, 1997 at the age of 24, connected to the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry. The case of his murder was never solved. 16 days after his death, his Life After Death album dropped, which sat number 1 on the charts in the U.S., and in 2000, the album was certified as Diamond Album. This album was one of the few albums to ever receive this award. Another very popular influential rapper was Tupac Amaru Shakur. Tupac was born on June 16, 1971 in East Harlem, New York. Pac was many things besides a rap artist, like a poet, an activist, a screenwriter, and an actor. His music touched so many hearts throughout America, the way he rapped about the violence and hard times in inner cities, social issues, racism, and conflict between the West Coast and East Coast and both coasts' artists. Unfortunately, like Biggie, Tupac was shot down in Las Vegas on September 13, 1996 at the age of 25, also due to the West Coast-East Coast feud. Like Biggie, Tupac's murder case was never solved. After his death, he was cremated and some of his ashes were mixed with marijuana and smoked by the group The Outlaws. As of 2010, Tupac Shakur has sold over 75 million records worldwide. These two powerful artists, Tupac and Biggie, started a whole coast-to-coast war, which led to the deaths of both of them. The final artist I'll talk about is Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is from Compton, California, which is where the group NWA was formed, which consisted of artists like Ice Cube, Eazy-E, MC Ren, Dr. Dre, and DJ Yella. Dre was like the father of West Coast rap. Dre helped lots of popular rappers by composing beats for them and by looking over their albums and songs they made. He was almost literally the doctor of West Coast rap. He founded and introduced some of the largest rappers and overlooked and managed their albums and careers. Some of those artists were Eminem, Snoop Dogg, The Game, 50 Cent, and Kendrick Lamar. Dre was always more of a producer than a rapper, making thousands of beats for hundreds of artists throughout his career. After starting his career in the West Coast and being a key figure over there, he eventually became famous nationwide. In the early start of his career, he co-owned the Death Row record label and later on created Aftermath Entertainment. Way later on in his career, he successfully created his own line of headphones called Dre Beats, which are all over America today. Rap music is an interesting genre. It can spark many agreements and arguments about who is the best lyricist with the best beats, who's the coolest artist, or who is the most popular artist. I think rap is an art form, honestly. If people can express feelings and opinions in painting, physical art, and poetry, why can't people express themselves in rap? Even if you like jazz, rock, or country music, I think everyone can sit down and enjoy a little rap music.